Hi, I'm Rachel Claver from Identify Marketing. We use strategic alliances a lot in our business. We've got a team of 11, but we work very focused on a particular type of customer or a particular type of client that we know we can best serve. And we can't serve everybody. So what we do is we focus on finding other businesses that are complementary or in the same area as us. And we create a relationship with them so we can refer people on to the right people to make sure our clients are being well looked after, because that's the most important thing. So this is a video about creating good strategic alliances. The first thing is you need to work out what your core offering is, who your target market is, and make sure you stick to that and find people who've got a slightly different target market or a slightly different core offering in your space and have phone conversations with them. Don't give up everything on the first date. Clearly define what your objectives are. I personally don't believe in referral rewards or paying or doing a cut. I think it should be about professional relationships. But if you look at them over a year and you're passing a whole lot of information to them and leads, but they're not passing back to you, you might need to rethink that relationship. The other thing when we're looking at this is you need to think, are they a frenemy strategic alliance? I had someone that I was referring to a lot last year because they met a particular demographic that we don't want to actually working with. But what I found was historically and anecdotally was this person was then discouraging these people to come back to us when they were ready for us, which means to me that's a frenemy, someone who's pretending that they're your friend and that they've got an alliance with you, but actually don't rate you for the objects and things they're going to do. So you need to have a mutual respect on both sides, and sometimes you don't realize that over time. The next thing that you need to focus on and do is really think about how you're going to pass that person over to your client, for your client. How are you going to introduce them? So I often find, sending an email between the client and the person's great, and then following up with a phone call. If that person has a negative experience with the person you've referred to, you must tell the person that you've referred to. Last year, again, I had someone else who I was referring people to that person, and then 3 people had negative experience with them. So I had to ring them and say, look, we can't refer to you because unfortunately you're not having the same level of service that we would do. I'm a strong believer in using your competitors as people that you can funnel things to if they're not your skill set. I thoroughly rate Johnny from Shift On. He's amazing, and I will refer when I have the right sort of people for him, people that fit his skill set. In fact, I referred to someone yesterday. I will refer people who are in the tech industry in terms of marketing and PR and based mainly in Wellington, but also nationally, to Draper McCormack because I thoroughly rate Lou Draper. And I thoroughly rate Claire Warren from Plant Sales Media to cope with a particular type of clients that aren't the clients that we would necessarily work with. So it's really important to have people that you trust, that you know in your industry, that you can build these strategic alliances with. This is the long game, people. It's not about finding the short win. It's about building a really successful business of a whole lot of mutual respect. So strategic alliances are an important part of that. I'm Rachel Claver from Identify Marketing.